My Lord God, my eternal Father, in this moment when everything inside me feels like it's falling apart, I throw myself at your feet with a broken heart, a weary soul, confused thoughts, and tears that often won't even come anymore, because even crying has become difficult. I cry out to you, God, not with beautiful words, not with rehearsed speeches, but with the raw truth of my pain, with the real weight of what I've been living through, with the suffocating silence of answers that still haven't come. Father, you know every detail of my life. You saw when I tried to be strong and couldn't. You saw when I said it will work out without fully believing it. You saw when I smiled on the outside while everything inside was screaming. And now, Lord, now I am here before you without masks, without defenses, without strength, only with faith, even if it's small, even if it's trembling, even if it's almost fading, but still faith. Because your word says, call to me, and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things you do not know. And that is what I hold on to now, God. Not to circumstances, not to what I see, not to what I feel, but to what you have said. Because everything around me may fail, but your word does not fail. Lord, everything seems to be going wrong. The doors I believed were open have closed. The paths I thought were right have become confusing. The answers I was waiting for did not come. And in the middle of all this, doubt tries to rise within me, trying to convince me that you are not listening, that you are distant, that maybe my cry is not enough. But I reject that lie now, in the name of the faith that still lives within me. Because even when I don't feel it, you are there. Even when I don't see it, you are working. Even when everything seems lost, you are still writing a story that I cannot fully understand. Father, I don't understand your ways, but I trust your heart. And it is with that trust that I come before you now, even wounded, even tired, even without answers. Because I know that you do not reject a broken and contrite heart. I know that you incline yourself to hear the cry of those who seek you sincerely. So God, hear my prayer. Hear not only the words that come out of my mouth, but also the silent cries of my soul. Hear the thoughts I cannot organize, the pain I cannot explain, the fears I cannot control. Lord, there are moments when everything inside me wants to give up. Moments when it feels easier to stop, to walk away, to accept that maybe nothing will change. Moments when the spiritual exhaustion is so great that even praying feels like an impossible effort. But still, I am here. Still, I call on you. Still, I say, Father, do not abandon me. Because deep down, I know that you are my only hope. I know there is nowhere else I can go. I know there is no solution outside of you, no peace outside of your presence, no true answer far from your voice. Lord, I need you to answer me. Not because I deserve it, but because I need it. Not because I am strong, but because I am completely dependent on you. Not because I have everything right, but because I recognize that without you I have nothing. Father, sometimes I feel lost within my own life, like I am walking without direction, trying to find meaning in the middle of chaos. And that scares me. It scares me not knowing what to do, not knowing which path to follow, not knowing what is ahead. But your word says that you are the light for my path and the lamp to my feet. So shine, God. Shine on what is dark inside me. Shine on the decisions I need to make. Shine on the paths I cannot see. Shine even on what I am afraid to face. Because I would rather face the truth with you than live in illusion without you. Lord, I also ask you, strengthen my faith. Because there are moments when I believe, but there are also moments when I doubt. Moments when I trust, but also moments when fear speaks louder. And I don't want to live like this, wavering between faith and despair. I want a firm faith, a steady faith, a faith that remains even when everything around me falls apart. But I know that this faith does not come from me. It comes from you. So produce this faith in me, God, a faith that does not depend on signs, a faith that does not depend on circumstances, a faith that remains even in silence. A faith that says, I trust, even when everything says, give up. Father, I now place in your hands everything that has been weighing on me. Every problem, every worry, every situation that seems impossible. I surrender what I cannot solve. I surrender what I have already tried and failed. I surrender what is completely out of my control. Because I recognize, Lord, I am not in control, but you are. And if you are, then I can rest. Even without understanding, even without seeing, even without immediate answers, Lord, enter the areas of my life that are broken. Restore what has been destroyed. Reorder what is confused. Heal what is wounded. And above all, align my heart with yours, because more than answers, I need your presence. More than solutions, I need your peace. More than external changes, I need internal transformation. Father, teach me to trust even when there are no visible guarantees. Teach me to wait even when time feels too long. Teach me to remain even when everything inside me wants to run away. And God, if there is anything in me that is blocking the answer, reveal it. If there is something that needs to be adjusted, show me. If there is something that needs to be fully surrendered, give me the courage to let it go. Because I don't just want an answer. I want to be aligned with you. I want my life to be in harmony with your will, even if that means letting go of my own plans. Lord, in this moment, I choose to trust. Not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. Not because I understand everything, but because I know that you do. And as I remain here in your presence, pouring out everything that is inside me, I begin to feel, even if gently, that something is starting to change. Maybe not around me yet, but within me. As if the weight is beginning to lift. As if the hope that was almost fading is starting to reignite. As if your presence is surrounding me in a silent but real way. And I know, God, this is only the beginning. Keep speaking to me, Lord. Keep working, even when I don't see it. Keep shaping me, even when it hurts. Because I am here, and I will not leave your presence. And as this prayer continues, as my heart continues to open before you, I prepare to go even deeper, to seek you more intensely, to trust you more fully, knowing that you do not ignore the cry of those who truly need you. Lord, as I remain here in your presence, with my heart still open, with my soul still laid bare before you, I feel that I need to go deeper. Because it's not enough to simply say that I need you. I need to fully immerse myself in this dependence. I need to completely abandon any attempt at control, any illusion that I can fix everything on my own. Father, how many times have I tried to carry alone what was too heavy for me? How many times have I said I trusted you, but deep down kept trying to handle things my own way, trying to anticipate answers, force paths, understand everything before it's time. And that only exhausted me more, only increased my anxiety, only made me feel even more lost. But now, God, now I stop. I stop trying to fix everything. I stop trying to understand everything. I stop fighting alone. And with open hands, I surrender everything to you again. Not in a superficial way, not temporarily, but deeply, truly, completely. Lord, I surrender my fear. That fear that paralyzes me, that makes me imagine the worst-case scenarios, that tries to convince me that nothing will work out. I give that fear to you now, because it does not come from you. Your word says that you have not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and self-control. So take it, Father. Remove this fear from me. Fill that space with your courage, with your peace, with your security. Lord, I also surrender my anxiety, this constant restlessness, this urgency, this need for immediate answers, this anguish of not knowing what will happen. How many times has this stolen my peace, taken my sleep, consumed my thoughts? But your word teaches me to cast all my anxiety on you, because you care for me. And that is what I do now. I cast it, God. I place before you every worry that has occupied my mind, every repetitive thought, every negative scenario, every what if that has kept me trapped. I surrender it all. Because I know you care for me, even when I don't perceive it, even when I doubt, even when I feel alone, you are still taking care of me. Father, teach me to truly rest in you, not only with words, but with actions. Teach me to trust to the point of letting go, to trust to the point of not needing control, to trust to the point of having peace even before the answer comes. Lord, there are areas of my life that feel stuck, as if nothing flows, as if everything is stagnant. And this frustrates me, discourages me, makes me question whether I am on the right path. But I remember, God, that even the desert has a purpose. I remember that you have worked in silence, in the hidden, in the unseen. So many times in the lives of those who trusted you. I remember how you shaped hearts in seasons of waiting. I remember how you prepared miracles before they were visible. So, Father, if this moment is a desert, sustain me in it. If this time is a season of waiting, strengthen me in it. If this process is necessary, teach me through it. But do not let me come out of this empty. Do not let me go through all this without transformation. Lord, I don't just want to come out of this situation. I want to come out different, stronger, more spiritually mature, more sensitive to your voice, more dependent on you, more aligned with your will. So work in me, God. Even if no one sees, even if it is a slow process, even if it hurts. I trust that you know exactly what you are doing. Father, there are also wounds I carry, wounds that perhaps no one knows about, wounds I have hidden for a long time, wounds I tried to ignore, but that are still here, affecting my heart, my thinking, my way of living. Wounds from words, wounds from disappointments, wounds from losses, wounds from broken expectations. Lord, heal. Touch these areas now. Enter those hidden places of my soul, places I have avoided revisiting. Places that still hurt, places that are still bleeding, and pour out your healing, God. A healing that is not superficial, a healing that reaches the root, a healing that restores, a healing that sets free, because I do not want to keep carrying what you have already paid for on the cross. I do not want to live bound to pains that you can turn into testimony. Father, set my heart free. Free it from burdens. Free it from painful memories. Free it from emotions that hold me captive. Free me even from myself when I am my own greatest obstacle. And Lord, as I empty myself of all this, I ask you, fill me. Fill me with your presence. Fill me with your spirit. Fill me with your truth. Because I know it is not enough just to remove things. It is necessary to fill with what comes from you, with what strengthens, with what sustains, with what transforms. Father, I also ask you, speak to me. I don't want only to speak. I want to hear, even if it is in silence. Even if it is through your word. Even if it is through a peace that doesn't make sense. But speak to me, Lord. Direct my steps. Show me the way. Confirm in my heart what comes from you. And give me discernment to recognize your voice among so many others. Because the world is loud. Thoughts can confuse. Emotions can deceive. But your voice brings clarity, brings direction, brings life. So, God, I quiet myself before you now. I decrease. I surrender. I silence whatever is necessary within me, so that I can perceive what you are doing. Because I know you are working, even when I don't see it. Even when I don't feel it. Even when everything seems still, you never stop, you never abandon. You never ignore a heart that cries out sincerely, and that is what sustains me now. This certainty, this truth, this hope. Father, I declare, even with tears in my eyes, even with a heavy heart, I declare that I trust you. I trust your timing. I trust your plans. I trust your answers. Even if they are different from what I expect. Even if they take longer than I would like. Even if they lead me down paths I never imagined. I trust you because you are good. Because you are faithful, because you have never failed, and you will not start now. So Lord, hold my hand, guide me step by step. Do not let me give up along the way. Do not let me lose my faith because of circumstances. Do not let me forget who you are because of what I am going through. And as I remain here, surrendered, dependent, open, I sense that something even greater is being prepared. As if you are calling me to a deeper level of surrender. A level with no reservations. A level with no conditions. A level where everything is yours. And I know that is where you are leading me. So continue, God. Keep working in me. Keep drawing me closer, because I don't want to stay on the surface. I want to dive completely into you, knowing that as I surrender more, I begin to experience something beyond circumstances, something that transforms, strengthens, sustains, and prepares me to live what you have already ordained, even before I fully understand it. Lord, now at this deep place in your presence, where words are no longer just words but surrender, where my heart is no longer trying to negotiate but fully yielding, I come before you completely, without reservations, without conditions, without trying to keep parts of my life under my own control. I surrender, God. I truly surrender, because I'm beginning to understand that as long as I hold on, I will remain weighed down. But when I let go, you take over. As long as I try to control everything, I lose my way. But when I trust, you guide me. As long as I resist, I suffer. But when I surrender, I find rest. So take it all, Father. Not only my problems, not only my pain, but also my plans, my dreams, my expectations, my desires. Because, Lord, so often what binds me the most is not the suffering itself, but my insistence that things happen my way, in my timing, the way I imagined. And today I release that. I let it go. I surrender it. And I say, let your will be done. Even if I don't understand. Even if I don't see the meaning right now. Even if it leads me down paths I never planned. Because I know your will is perfect. And even if the process is difficult, the outcome will always be greater than anything I could build on my own. Lord, I recognize you are God, and I am not. You see the whole picture, and I only see parts. You know the future, and I barely understand the present. You know the reason behind everything. And I am still full of questions. But even so, I trust, not because I have all the answers, but because I know who you are. And knowing who you are changes everything, because you are faithful, you are just, you are good, even when I don't understand. You are present, even when I don't feel it. You are powerful, even when everything seems impossible. So, Father, in this moment I choose to go beyond ordinary faith. I choose to trust before the answer comes. I choose to give thanks before the miracle. I choose to rest before the solution, because that is faith. It's not waiting to see in order to believe. It's believing even without seeing. And I believe, Lord. I believe that you are working. I believe that you are moving circumstances. I believe that you are making a way where I only see impossibility. I believe that you are preparing answers that will come at the right time. I believe that none of my prayers have been ignored. No tear has been in vain. No moment of pain has gone unnoticed before you. Everything has been seen. Everything has been heard. Everything is being taken into account because you are a God who answers. Not in my time, but in the perfect time. Not in my way, but in the right way. And Lord, as this certainty grows within me, something begins to change deeply. Desperation starts to give way to peace. Anxiety begins to yield to trust. Fear starts to lose its grip. And in its place, a security is born. Not from circumstances, but from your presence. A peace that does not depend on answers, but on the certainty that you are with me. And that is everything. Because if you are with me, then I am not alone. If you are with me, then I am not lost. If you are with me, then there is hope. There will always be hope. Father, I also thank you, even before I see it. I thank you for what you are already doing, even if it is invisible. I thank you for the doors you are opening, even if I haven't reached them yet. I thank you for the answers that are on the way. I thank you for the battles you are already winning for me. I thank you because I know you are faithful to complete what you have begun, and nothing can stop your plans. Nothing can frustrate your will. Nothing can block what you have determined. So, God, I rest in this truth. I rest in the fact that you are in control. Even when everything seems out of control, I rest in the fact that you know exactly what you are doing, even when I have no idea what is happening. And this rest is not passivity. It is active trust. It is continuing to walk, even without understanding. It is continuing to pray, even without immediate answers. It is continuing to believe, even when everything seems contrary. Lord, it has strengthened my inner being even more. Make me someone who is not easily shaken, someone who does not give up in the face of difficulty, someone who remains steadfast even in the middle of storms. Because I know storms come, but they also pass, and you remain God through them all. Father, if I must go through this process, then walk with me. If I must wait, then sustain me. If I must face it, then strengthen me. But above all, do not let me leave your presence, because it is here that I find everything I need. It is here that I am restored. It is here that I am renewed. It is here that I remember who I am in you, and who you are in me. Lord, I also declare now with spiritual authority, with living faith inside me, that this situation does not define my future. This difficulty does not define who I am. This moment does not determine the end of my story. Because my story is in your hands, and if it is in your hands, then there are still chapters of victory being written. There are still turnarounds being prepared. There are still miracles being released. I believe this. With all my heart, with all my soul, with all my faith, and even if it is not yet visible, I know it has already begun. I know something has already shifted in the spiritual realm. I know you are already at work, and I position myself now as someone who believes, who waits, who trusts. No longer as someone desperate, but as someone grounded in you. No longer as someone lost, but as someone led by you. No longer as someone without hope, but as someone who knows that you answer. And as this certainty grows within me, I feel that I am being prepared to finish this prayer, not as someone who began broken, but as someone who, even in process, is already being strengthened. Not as someone still trapped in fear, but as someone who has already found peace. Not as someone still trying to understand everything, but as someone who has already decided to fully trust. And I know what comes next will be even deeper, even stronger, even more filled with your presence. Because now this is no longer just a cry. It is a living declaration of faith, surrender, and total trust in you, Lord. Before we continue this prayer, I invite you, if these words are already touching your heart, leave a like, write your prayer request in the comments, and subscribe to the channel, The Meaning of the Bible. Let's pray together until the end, because God is speaking to you. Lord, my God, my beloved Father, now I come before you with a different heart from the one that began this prayer. I arrived here tired, and now I am being renewed. I arrived here confused, and now I begin to feel direction. I arrived here wounded, and now I feel your healing deeply touching my soul. And not because everything has already changed around me, but because you have already begun to transform everything within me. Father, this is already a miracle. Because even before circumstances align, you align the heart. Even before the answers come, you strengthen faith. Even before doors open, you sustain those who are waiting. And I recognize this now, God. I recognize that you have been with me the whole time. Even when I thought I was alone, even when silence felt like absence, even when everything seemed to go wrong, you were writing something greater than I could understand. And now, Lord, I don't want to go back to being who I was before this prayer. I don't want to live dominated by fear anymore. I don't want to be guided by anxiety anymore. I don't want to depend on circumstances to have peace anymore. I want to live by faith. I want to live trusting you every day. I want to live with a heart aligned with yours. I want to live knowing that no matter what happens, you are still God. Father, I thank you. I thank you for the answers that will come. I thank you for the paths that will be opened. I thank you for the doors that no one will be able to shut. I thank you for the changes that have already begun, even if they are still invisible. Because I know you answer. You answer the sincere heart. You answer the true cry. You answer those who do not give up seeking you. And I declare now, with living faith inside me, my prayer is being heard. My life is being cared for. My path is being directed. Nothing is lost. Nothing is out of control. Nothing is forgotten before you. Lord, take full control of my life. Guide every step. Direct every decision. Protect every path. If there are doors that are not for me, close them, even if it hurts. If there are wrong paths, interrupt them, even if I don't understand. But if there is something prepared by you, open it clearly, firmly, and unmistakably. Because I don't want to live based on what I think. I want to live guided by what comes from you. Father, give me spiritual sensitivity to perceive when you are speaking, to recognize when you are acting, to discern when you are directing, and above all, give me obedience. Because it's not enough to hear and not follow. It's not enough to feel and not obey. It's not enough to ask for direction and ignore it when it comes. So shape in me an obedient, steadfast, and faithful heart. Lord, if the answer I am waiting for will still take time, teach me to wait with peace. If the answer comes differently than I imagined, teach me to accept it with faith. And if the answer is already on the way, prepare me to receive it with maturity, because I trust you know exactly what you are doing. Father, I also ask you, guard my mind, guard my thoughts, guard my heart. Do not let doubt destroy what you are building. Do not let fear extinguish what you have ignited. Do not let discouragement make me stop halfway, but keep me firm. Firm in your word, firm in your presence, firm in your truth. Lord, I finish this prayer not as someone who is still desperate, but as someone who has found peace. Not as someone who is still lost, but as someone who now trusts. Not as someone who is still without hope, but as someone who knows that you have already begun to act. And even if tomorrow I face challenges, I will carry this certainty with me. You are with me, and that is enough. Enough to keep going. Enough to persevere. Enough to overcome. Father, thank you so much. Thank you for hearing me. Thank you for welcoming me. Thank you for not giving up on me. And thank you because I know the answer will come at the right time, in the right way, and for your glory. I surrender everything to you. I trust everything to you. And I rest completely in you. In Jesus' name, amen. And if this prayer spoke to you, don't leave without taking action. Leave your like, write, I believe in the comments, and subscribe now to the Meaning of the Bible. May God deeply bless your life.